If I told you the only thing standing between you and the life you dream of isn't luck, isn't time, and it's not even talent, would you believe me? Not belief in chance or fate or the stars, but belief in yourself. That quiet, unshakable knowing that says, no matter how many times I fall, I will rise stronger. Most people won't tell you this. They want to sell you shortcuts, quick fixes, polished slogans. But confidence isn't built in comfort. It's built in effort, in failure, in doing it afraid. You weren't born to disappear, and deep down, you know that. Even if the world's tried to convince you otherwise. Maybe they told you to be quiet, to be realistic, not to shine too brightly, to leave space for others. And for a while, you listened, you dimmed, you performed. You lived life, turned down, hoping someone, someday, might give you permission to turn it back up. But no one's coming to hand you confidence like a gift. No one's knocking on your door to say, you, right now, you are enough. Because that moment doesn't arrive. That moment is made by you. Go back. There was a version of you, younger, wilder, full of wonder. Back then, you didn't doubt yourself. You ran, you asked, you believed. Not because anyone told you to, but because nothing had told you not to. But slowly the bruises came, in the form of shame, comparison, words like not yet, not enough, too much. But hear me now. You are allowed to be seen, to be bold, to be in process and still be worthy. You are allowed to show up even before you feel ready. Confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward despite it. It's falling publicly and standing up anyway. It's speaking your truth, even if your voice shakes. And I know, some days you question everything, your path, your power, your purpose. You look in the mirror and see someone unfinished. But that image is not the end. That is sculpture in progress. That is seed before bloom. That is becoming. No one is born ready. Readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. You decide to begin. You decide to believe. You decide to silence the doubt with 3 words. Watch me rise. Let this be your quiet rebellion, not with noise, not with volume, but with clarity. With a presence so undeniable, the world wouldn't dare question your worth, because you don't. Every time you choose future over comfort, you vote for the life you deserve. Every time you stand for yourself in the dark, you cast a vote for your potential. This is not a story of sudden change. It's a quiet revolution where no one's watching, but everything shifts. Because someday you'll look back and say, that was the moment waiting ended and becoming began. So don't let fear masquerade as logic. Don't let self-doubt wear humility as a mask. Don't let anyone convince you that shrinking is the same as grace. Shrinking is not courage. It's regret in a well-mannered disguise. Instead, stand, even if your knees shake. Speak, even if your voice cracks. Move, even if the path is still blurry. Because confidence isn't knowing you'll win. It's knowing you'll grow, no matter the outcome. This life is not a rehearsal. This moment is not a placeholder. And that spark you feel right now, it's not random. It's your soul calling. You weren't made to be invisible. You were made to take up space, to leave echoes behind, to let your presence ripple through this world in a way only you can. Confidence is not arrogance. It's truth, finally spoken. It's the strength to say, I matter. It's the grace to say, even if I'm not there yet, I still belong. And when you fall, because you will, don't mistake failure for identity. You are not the fall. You are the one who gets back up. The bravest people you know once stood where you are, uncertain, trembling, questioning everything. But they moved anyway, and so can you. Look around. Every voice you admire, every leader you follow, every artist who changed the world, they all started with one decision: to trust their voice enough to use it. That's what confidence is. It's not a destination. It's a rhythm, a ritual, a way of being. It's the daily choice to show up fully, even when no one applauds. And here's what they won't tell you. You don't need to feel confident to be confident. Action precedes belief. When you show up, when you speak, when you try, the confidence comes. So don't wait. Start small. Speak when it's easier to stay silent. Take the step when your legs are shaking. Say yes before you feel ready. And every time you do, you're rewriting your story. One day, your story will be someone else's survival guide. One day, someone drowning in doubt will hear your voice and breathe easier because you chose to live unapologetically. So here's your moment, not someday, not after the doubt fades. Right now. Do one thing today that scares you. Say the words, show your work, raise your hand, hit publish, stand tall. Because this world doesn't need more perfection. It needs more people who are real and raw and willing to be seen. And you are already enough. You are not missing anything. You don't need to earn your worth. You are not a mistake waiting to be fixed. You are a story waiting to be told. Now go, be loud, be honest, be fully, wildly, fearlessly you. The mirror is no longer your judge. It's your witness. Let it witness the rise. They won't always see you. They won't always clap. And they won't always understand the fire inside you. But that's not a reason to shrink. That's the reason to rise. Confidence isn't asking the world for permission. It's granting it to yourself. It's saying, I won't wait for applause to validate my worth. You know who waits for approval? The version of you that forgot how powerful you truly are. But not anymore. You see, real confidence begins the moment you stop performing for others and start showing up for yourself. It's quiet, it's steady, it doesn't shout. It resonates. You don't need to walk into every room proving your value. When you're anchored in your truth, your presence speaks louder than your words. Confidence is not about being loud. It's about being rooted, knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you will no longer tolerate. You may have been doubted. You may have doubted yourself. But look at you, still here, still fighting, still becoming. That's not weakness. That's evidence. Evidence that there is something unbreakable in you. So don't measure your worth by outcomes. Don't define your potential by other people's limits. You are not what happened to you. You are what you decide to become next. This is your reminder. The world doesn't need a perfect version of you. It needs the real one, the one with scars and stories, the one who tries again, the one who says, "This is who I am," and that's more than enough. Now breathe in, stand tall, and remember, confidence isn't about knowing you'll never fail. It's about knowing failure can't define you. So walk forward with shoulders high, with truth in your voice, with fire in your chest. Because someone out there is waiting for you to believe, so they can believe too.